told you no.
That's a big mistake, brother.
Okay then.
Big mistake.
I told you no.
You just violated my First Amendment right. Just want you to know that.
Okay.
And you're cool with that, right? You're fine with violating my rights?
Keep my job.
Keep it. You're about to lose it. Dude, letting me walk in is going to keep your job.
You'll find out.
You will find out.
So if you think you can arrest someone for failure to ID, that's a big no-no, and I need your lieutenant down here, please. That's a big no-no.
Welcome back to the Random Patriot. Okay, so this one goes way back to last April of 2023. It's a long story about the security at the Little Rock City Hall denying my entry, denying my ability to make a public record request. They got physical with me. They lied on a police report in effort to get me arrested. This then turned into the sergeant from the Little Rock PD attempting to arrest me for failure to ID. That then turned into an internal affairs investigation that led to my phone number being blocked from calling any city-related number in Little Rock. So this is actually the 5th video on this story. I linked the first 4 videos in the pinned comment and description of this video. So I'll wait right here while you go watch those, and then I'll be here when you get back. So what I'm going to do is show you a quick little tiddly of a recap from the last video that will kind of help explain everything a little better, and then we're going to get into the updates. Check it out. This all starts with me attempting to video the beautiful Little Rock City Hall back in April. I come in, I'm filming, and I tell the security that's what I'm there to do, and they won't let me in specifically because the mayor's there. They don't want me filming while the mayor's there. Well, eventually the mayor's personal security guard comes down and walks around with me. I don't get to go everywhere I want to, but we do get to go around most of the building. So a couple months later, I come back and attempt to get in again, this time without filming. I tell the security that I'm there to make public records, but they will not let me in regardless of what I'm there for. They remember who I am from last time. So eventually, I try to just walk through the metal detector to go make my FOIA request. Well, this is when the security goes hands-on with me and pushes me back. This is when I start filming, and the security calls police. The police show up. They want to get my ID. You already know. And that's when the security start lying. They make a false police report saying that I pushed him. I'm about to show you that didn't happen. I get a sergeant on scene. The sergeant attempts to ID me. He threatens to arrest me if I don't ID, so I make him go call his lieutenant. Eventually, I make complaints on the sergeant. My phone number gets blocked. The whole 9. We're going to get into it. So here I am entering the building. I'm not filming yet. I'm explaining to the security that I'm here to make a public records request. They never asked me to ID or sign in, and they state they remember me from last time and that I cannot make a public records request. They claim there is nobody here to make the request to, which we later found out was a lie. I eventually attempted to walk through the metal detector to go make my request, and that's when Neal pushes me backwards. He later lies to police on a police report that I came through the metal detector and pushed him. The police are called after this, and I begin to film.
And then the gentleman.
Hold on, what is he saying?
Signed in.
He's lying right now.
His car.
So you see this camera and that camera? Those 2 cameras are 2 of the things that I'm trying to request because he's lying right now.
Whatever you think, sir.
Those are your buddies, and you're trying to assert your authority. That's all you're doing.
Sir, do you have any identification?
What's the 4th Amendment?
Are you able to identify yourself?
Sir, can you please tell her what the 4th Amendment is? Because you just said it to me.
Did you push that gentleman over there?
No, he touched me.
But did you push him?
No.
He stated you pushed him.
And that's why I'm trying to get those cameras, because he's a liar.
Well, he just told me you pushed him.
And he's a liar.
And he works here, and you should be here.
So why are you
Can't
taking
even
his
identify
side over the
yourself.
public? You should be
Did
taking
you
my
tell him that
side.
he pushed you?
Yes, I
First?
did. Yes. So you guys are trying to get that security footage? Is that what you're trying to do? So if it shows that he pushed me, what happens? Is he going to get arrested? Probably not. So then why are you even trying to get it? Just to arrest me? So you guys are teaming up against me? Because if you get it and it shows him touch me first, I want you to do the same thing to him that you would do to me.
All right, we got his information.
You don't want to give him his information. He just says his name's Justin.
Yeah.
We'll need to see your information.
What's the Fourth Amendment, sir?
Pardon me?
What's the Fourth Amendment?
You tell me.
You don't know it?
Of course.
My right to be free from seizures of my papers, persons, and effects.
Hold on.
I'm right.
If you do not
I don't.
identify yourself, I'm going to arrest you for obstructing governmental operations.
So you're going to arrest me for not IDing.
Yes.
Okay, you need RAS. You need reasonable, articulable suspicion that I've committed a crime in order for me to ID myself.
You have prevented me from conducting
That's not how it works.
lawful government
You can't
operations
arrest me
for
for
you.
resist. You can't arrest me
I can't
for.
arrest you for resisting? Are you sure?
No, listen. You can't arrest me for
You're fumbling over your words.
refusing
Justin?
to ID.
Yep.
Can I get your supervisor down here?
I don't have a supervisor.
Yeah,
I
you
have a
do.
supervisor.
I need your supervisor down here because you don't know how
How many
things work.
supervisors do you want down
Someone that knows what's going on. Usually,
what's going
usually
on.
sergeants don't. Usually lieutenants do. So if you have a
here?
lieutenant
Usually
around,
Sergeants don't know what's going
yeah,
on.
yep. So if you think you can arrest someone for failure to ID, that's a big no-no, and I need your lieutenant down here, please. That's a big no-no. That's a big no-no.
Have Lieutenant call me, please. Thanks. Now he's requesting your presence. So he's trying to come in and file a FOIA. Security was here trying to ask him what department he wanted. He refused to cooperate with them. Tried to bull his way through the magnetometers, and the security guy was, "Whoa, hey, you can't just walk up in here." So he pushed the security guard back. Then, of course, got in with the officers, and the officers, he refused to identify to the officers, refused to identify with me. I told him, "I need your information. You've caused a disturbance. You're causing public alarm. You can go to jail for disorderly conduct." So now he's saying I'm wrong and he wants my lieutenant because sergeants don't know what they're talking about. So I only know his name is apparently Justin, and he's filming. I don't know if he's live streaming or filming or whatever, but he's got his cell phone out filming the interaction. As soon as we got here, he started filming. He didn't film the interaction with the security. He waited until we got here to start filming. Yep. Because he wouldn't identify where he was going. You got to sign in to City Hall. He was like, "Well, I just need to go somewhere to do this FOIA request. Any office will do." And they're like, "No, where do you want to go?" And he wouldn't tell them where he wanted to go. He was just going to go anywhere he wanted to in the building. Only signed in as loyal patron, and then tried to bull his way through the security checkpoint. And then that's when we got called. While there's two security folks up here. The male was dealing with him. The female called us. And then my officers got up here, Perkins and Greer, and he worked them over about Fourth Amendment and illegal searches and seizures. Of course, he forgot the illegal part. He said that we just can't. The Fourth Amendment says we can't search and seize. Like, that's not what it says. Trying to get him identified, he's refused. And then he asked for my lieutenant because sergeants never know what they're talking about, but the lieutenants do. Well, I think he's got what he needs for the FOIA. He's not refusing. I don't know if he's going to refuse to leave, but he's refusing to identify. And I've explained to him we've got a disturbance report to take care of, and we need his information, but he's refusing to provide it. So, I can tell him he's free to go, but like I said, he is requesting a lieutenant. I can see if he's just wanting to let us leave, or let him conduct his business with security, and leave it go at that. Well, he's got the forms to fill out for the FOIA. They're supposed to go through the city attorney's office, the request he's trying to make, because I guess he wants the contract for the building and the security company that's working the building up here. I'm guessing this is his stuff out here. I'm pretty sure he's homeless, because there's a couple of bags out here and a folding chair and whatever that is. But yeah, that's all he wants, was to do a FOIA request. He's got the paperwork to do the FOIA request. So I can see if he's just wanting to be left alone and we can leave, and we'll just put him in as Justin and describe him and be done with it. We'll just make it go away. I'll let you know. Okay. Bye-bye.
What's up, man? You got a lieutenant coming down, or?
I've addressed you as sir. If you could call me, hey, sir or sergeant,
Sure.
that would be awesome.
Yes, sounds good.
You want me to treat you with respect?
I just try to treat people like I do my buddies. I'm not, you know what I mean?
Buddies.
Well, I'm just trying to be polite.
This is an official
That's how I'm
capacity.
polite. And if you want me to call you sir, I will. That's all you gotta do is
Lieutenant's
ask.
on the way.
That's all you gotta do is ask. All
What
right.
he has asked is if you've gotten what you wanted, and that you were free to leave.
Yeah.
If you still request his presence, that is totally fine. He is on his way down here.
Are you still threatening to arrest me?
From us.
Are you still threatening to arrest me?
I didn't threaten to arrest you.
Oh,
I said you need to identify
it's on camera.
yourself.
It's on
You need to
camera.
identify
It's on camera. Are you gonna arrest me if I don't?
No, sir. Are we free to go? Are you done?
Yes, please leave.
Fantastic.
You're dismissed. Thank you.
Come on.
He thinks as long as he's called, he's allowed to ID anyone that's there. And Terry versus Ohio is already a Supreme Court ruling that states that's not true. They need reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime. So the only reason I don't want to give my last name, and I'm not saying I won't, but is for fear of retaliation. Is this going to get over there to them? I went and filed a complaint on a sergeant yesterday, and ever since then, everyone has my phone number blocked. I've actually had to use a friend's phone just to call this number. It doesn't matter what precinct I call, doesn't matter if I call internal affairs, doesn't matter if I call the records department. Everyone else can get through, but my number can't. Why would that be, and who can I talk to about that? Alright, real quick, let's read through the official police report. It is full of lies. This entire thing is completely inaccurate. It's wild. So it says, officers responded to 500 West Markham in reference to a disturbance. Upon arrival, officers made contact with Stephen Neal, security. Neal advised he explained to the unknown male the forms he requested were not available for distribution or request, as the personnel over that department was not in the office, which is a lie, because that nice lady Rachel came down with the forms that I needed that same day. So obviously she was there, the forms were there. Neal stated he explained this to the unknown male once more. Neal advised the unknown male was objective to the answer given and refused to leave. Neal advised the unknown male walked toward the metal detector, attempting to pass through it. Neal advised the unknown male pushed him. Big lie. Attempting to pass through it, but he was able to push him back through. Officers made contact with the caller, Tanya McBride. McBride advised she witnessed the push take place. She's also a liar. And was advised by Neal to contact police before further escalation. Officers made contact with Captain of Security Fred Wilson. Wilson advised he tried making contact with unknown male, informing him that there was no one in the building to grant that request. Lie, lie, lie. Wilson went on to say the unknown male demanded to get past the metal detector and to make a forgery request. What the heck does that even mean? Officers made contact with the unknown male. Officers tried identifying the male, who responded to officers, "I do not have to give my identity." The unknown male began to question officers, asking, "What's the Fourth Amendment?" Officers observed the unknown male pull out his phone and begin to record officers. The unknown male requested to speak with a supervisor. Officers contact their sergeant, who responded to the scene.
Officers made contact with the unknown male who advised once more, "What's the Fourth Amendment?" Officers observed the unknown male request the responding sergeant's supervisor. Officers observed the unknown male start to make contact with someone who brought down the forms he needed. Weird. Officers observed the sergeant asked the unknown male if there was anything further officers could do for him as he got the forms he requested, because they were there the whole time. So how many lies did we just witness? This entire police report is lies. It's saying I pushed him. It's saying that I signed in with a name, but I never even signed in at all. It's saying that the people there that make FOIA requests were not there and that I was unable to do it. However, right in the police report at the end, it literally admits a lady came down with the forms that I needed. This entire thing, quality security are liars. Okay, so after all that, my number was unblocked a day or two after when I brought it to the attention of the mayor and the chief of police. I never really figured out what happened with all that. I did do a bunch of public records requests to try to find out, and they denied knowing anything about it or even having the ability to block anyone's number, which is BS because my number was blocked. I have plenty of proof. Go watch my last videos. I show all the proof. It 100% was blocked. They denied that it was. So as far as the internal affairs investigation on the Sgt Stange for threatening to arrest me, that investigation was passed over to his lieutenant, Lieutenant Cole. Lieutenant Cole did come to a conclusion about 2 months later, but he never sent me a copy of the letter of the conclusion, so I never found out. So months later, I asked for it again, and I get it. Here it is. Mr. Justin M. Dear Sir, this letter is in reference to a complaint you filed against a sergeant of this department on August 4th, 2023. In accordance with the policies of the Little Rock Police Department, a thorough investigation has been conducted into this incident. The involved sergeant's immediate supervisors and command officers have evaluated this incident, and it has been determined that a certain departmental policy was violated by the sergeant, and the appropriate corrective action is being taken. If you wish to request a review of this decision by the Little Rock Civil Service Commission, you must do so in writing and submit the request to the Director of Human Resources at this address. The request for review must be signed by the complaining party or the legal guardian, blah, 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 blah. The request for review must be received by the Human Resources Director within 15 calendar days. But we aren't going to send this to you for months. Or not at all, unless you ask. If you have any questions, you may contact this number. We appreciate your willingness to bring this to our attention and hope that any future contact you have with the Little Rock Police Department is of a more pleasant nature. Chief Helton. So I also asked for the disciplinary record of Sgt Stange and then any extra documents that might be affiliated with the discipline that he got from our encounter. And per Arkansas law, they don't have to disclose anything that doesn't rise to the level of suspension or termination. So they sent me this. Okay, so as far as Stephen Neal, the lying security guard, I went back to the Little Rock City Hall for a follow-up, and it appears Stephen Neal no longer works for the city of Little Rock as a security guard anymore. Check this out. Alright, I'm back to the Little Rock City Hall. We've had a lot happen here. I'm sure if you're watching this, I will have had a recap already play, or I'll have one about to play. But I've been here many times. They won't let me in. They won't let me make FOIA requests. The police were called who tried to make me ID absent a crime. There was a internal investigation on that sergeant. I finally got the findings, the conclusion of that investigation. So I wanted to come back and see. One, I want to see if Stephen Neal, the security guard, is still here. in the same position, because last time I was here he was moved, or maybe it was just his day off, but he wasn't here. And then I also want to see if they're gonna let me make a FOIA request at the HR office, what they wouldn't let me do last time. So we also have Auditing Arkansas over here. He is going to be the homeless prop of the day here on the
I'm the Stig.
steps of City Hall. Huh?
I'm the Stig.
He's a Stig. So here we go. Let's see what happens. Hey, how are you? Hey guys. I was needing to make a FOIA request to HR.
What's your name?
Justin.
Okay, Mr. Justin. Yes, I have Mr. Justin here. He needs to
I wanted to make a FOIA request to the HR office.
request to HR.
I love how beautiful this building is.
Okay, it's city attorney. Okay. Okay. She's on her way down.
Oh, okay, cool, thanks.
It's city attorney you have to talk with.
Okay,
Okay.
sweet.
Security.
I had a question you guys might be able to answer. Do you know if Stephen Neal still works for the city in any way as a security guard?
Not that I know of.
Not that you know of? Gotcha, thanks.
Yeah. That is Miss Debbie right there.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Thank you for your help.
You're so welcome.
Hello.
So you're recording your request?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I just record all my interactions, yeah. I just needed to, or I was going to do it in writing, or would you rather I just do it? I don't mind doing verbal.
I can give you an email address if you want to do it. We don't mind taking verbal. You're allowed to do it verbal.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's easy. I just wanted the last month's, make it 2 months of the credit card usage of the mayor or anyone else in City Hall.
Give me a start date.
We'll say beginning of December 2023 to now.
Credit card use
Yeah,
for mayor,
yeah.
and by mayor, just mayor.
The mayor or any of his assistants, or
Mayor and executive staff.
yeah, you might know the wording better than me.
Yep.
Yeah. And that'd be
I'm
all.
not prompting you to make your request though. And you gave, what date did you give me?
Let's do the beginning of December 2023.
12/1, and your time frame was 2 years? 2 months, 2 months.
Or yeah, well, it'd be like a month and a half. Yeah, if it's beginning. Yeah,
Okay.
from December to now, so about a month and a half now.
Okay. So what you want is 2 months credit card receipts.
Yeah.
You said use, but that's receipts.
Yes.
We can't, yeah.
That works.
From the mayor and executive staff.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Perfect, thank you, sir.
And then-
And your name is, and we need a place to send it.
Justin is my name, and then you can email it to therandompatriot@gmail.
All right, that's RANDOM?
Yep, and it's the word before. I don't know if you-
The,
Yep.
oh, then you know what this is, okay,
Thank you. And it's at yes, sir. Yep.
okay. And, where do you live? Are you a citizen of
Yeah, I live in Conway. Yeah.
Conway?
Yeah.
Okay, close enough. Do you need to know anything else to accept that? Do you have a phone number if there's questions?
Sure. Awesome.
Thank you.
I had another question. It might not be what you guys answer or not, but is there any way I could get like a 5 or 10 minute quick tour of the public areas of the building? Or just let me walk around?
That would be a security question.
okay.
You might have to, would he have to be, is that something the city offers?
That's for Susan.
Susan. That's a city clerk thing?
Yes.
Send an email to the city clerk,
Mhm.
and her email address is on the website.
Okay.
It's, she's Susan Langley,
Susan Langley?
Langley.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then tell her what you're looking for and see if she can make arrangements.
Perfect.
Yeah, that is something that we don't do.
That's just how you guys usually do, like a guided tour, I guess you'd call it.
No,
Or-
but she can make arrangements. You know, before the federal required securities and things, it was a little more open.
Oh, okay.
So
When did that happen? Do you know?
After 9/11.
Oh, really?
no, we haven't had security. Have we had these securities with the security like this when you started working here?
Yeah,
Okay, all right. So it was. Okay.
yeah. It was 9/11.
There was? Gotcha. I didn't know that. Okay, cool. Well, I appreciate your help.
It's a neat building, but
It is, I know.
You know, it's check with her and see what she can do for you.
Okay, we'll do.
Good luck.
Thank you. See you guys.
Today counts maybe 3 days before you
Yeah, it'd be 3 days.
Perfect. Works for me. Thank you, guys. All right. Appreciate you guys. See ya. So that worked out a lot different. They won't let me in to walk around, so that's still something. It's something I have done before. They won't let me do it right now without some kind of permission from the clerk. I'm honestly not even going to push it. I've already walked through there. They're definitely trying to do better. They have a whole new security staff in there. Neal no longer even works for the company. And they definitely did the right thing when I needed to make a FOIA request. They sent down the city attorney immediately. There was no back and forth, this or that. They provided me with what I needed to be provided with. So, yes, I didn't get to walk around. I'm positive if I emailed Miss Langley, I would be able to get a tour. I may do that just to prove the point that they're trying to do better, but I do wish I could just walk around on my own. That's nothing that any of these people here individually are going to be able to let me do. That's something I might have to take up the chain and do some arguing over. So we may do that, but I don't know if that'll go anywhere. But for now. Okay, so here's the deal. Here's the deal. I hate that somebody may have been fired over this. I'm not out here looking to hurt anyone's livelihood or attack them in any way, but he's a grown man and he decided to get violent and then lie on a police report while on duty as a security guard at the city hall for a security company that gets paid a lot of money by the city. So what do you think that security company is going to do? And then there's the female cop. The female cop was a bitch. She is a terrible police officer, in my opinion. She knew whose side she was on before she even walked in the door. She did no investigation. She just sided with the security to violate my rights. Her only smart move was to not threaten to arrest me for failure to ID or anything else. Sergeant Stange came in being an asshole right off the bat himself. He did kind of turn around once he found out all I was there for was to make a FOIA request. He helped me make that FOIA request and then was about to leave. And I was like, all right, cool, this is what he's supposed to do. But that ID crack, man, he had to have that ID at the end. That's what got him. That's what got him, was the ID crack. And lying to his lieutenant on the phone probably didn't help anything either. So that's all I have for now. I can't wait to see what you have to say in the comments. And again, if you haven't seen the previous videos to this, I encourage you to go do that. You should check them out. And until next time,